Hello, beautiful family. So I just got back from a hike. I was actually at the top of the mountain enjoying the sun, and I wanted to keep enjoying it, but then I was really inspired to make a video. And like I said in one of the last ones, I prefer to do it in the daytime, so I came back. First thing I did, grabbed the stand, grabbed the phone, and now I'm making this video. So what inspired it, and the intent behind it is, I was up there on the mountain, and I'm just looking out into the vast expanse of the wilderness, man, and I'm thinking, wow, how? Like, just looking around me now, even, like, look at this beautiful forest, especially when you're at the top of the mountain, and the sun shining down, and you have that panorama view. It's just so profound, and you realize you're just one piece of this vast creation, and you get to thinking how little we actually know. Like, and of course, this isn't a message that's going to appeal to the ego that wants to try to control and manipulate and, think highly of itself, pride itself on how much it thinks it knows, when really it's a humbling experience to go to the top of the peak of a mountain and just look, and as far as the eye can see, you really get a feel for just how profound this creation really is. And as humans, we have the ability to consciously create, so we can contribute to this creation, this thing called life that we're all a part of. And then this little squirrel came bouncing behind me, and I'm just observing it. Of course, it can't hold its focus for more than 2 seconds. It's always, jumping hither, thither, doing what a squirrel does, flowing with the course of nature, but it has no problems. So you could say it's more evolved than some humans, because the squirrel just living life, loving life, doing its thing, has no problems. And that's why I recommend getting out in nature, because even though it's winter time, there's no excuse not to go out and move and get the blood going, the heart pumping, get some fresh air in the lungs, oxygenation. You feel better, I'm telling you, especially when it's winter time and there's not as much sun. It's in the spring and the summer and even the fall. It's really healing and therapeutic to get out into nature and move. I heard something, I read something that Sadhguru said, going through a YouTube feed, and it said something along the lines of, now in the northern hemisphere of the planet, inertia is at its highest. Another word for inertia is stagnation, or not wanting to move, kind of just being lazy, you know what I mean? So in order to combat that, we got to consciously be active, place ourselves in environments that's conducive for physical activity. Even our home environment. Put something in your room that reminds you every day of being physically active. The night before you go to bed, get your outfit ready for the next day for the gym, like you would an interview. Mentally prepare and set the stage for the next day, and after a while you'll love it. Just moving. If you're physically active every day and you miss physical activity one day, you really notice it. So if you're consistently active all the time and there's a day where you don't move around, you notice it. You don't sleep as good, or at least it's for me. Maybe it's not the same for everybody. But one of my favorite things, motion is lotion. So just getting out there, you can bundle up. You got the gloves, hat, whatever. That's why the hair is like crazy right now. But it's all good, Not worried about the appearance. That's, as they were saying in one of the other videos, you're not the body. We're not the body. And to really understand that is, there's levels to it. Because you can understand it, but then still be anxious about going out and having people see you, look at you, perceive you in a certain way. And really, we want to get to the point where we're so comfortable with ourselves that everybody around us is comfortable too. Because we're so calm and at ease within ourselves that allows others to feel the same way around us, because they're going to reflect how we feel. And if we're anxious and we're, self-conscious and worried about our appearance, which means we're identifying with the body, then, that's not an optimal experience. You want to feel flow. You want to feel like that squirrel that just flowing with the course of nature and, doing its thing. It's not self-conscious. The squirrel is just loving life. He's up there bouncing around, The squirrel's not bundled up. It's the dead of winter. I'm looking at this squirrel. I'm like, damn, I'm over here bundled up, and the squirrel just bouncing around like it's summertime. No problems. And fundamentally, there are no problems. We only experience problems when we identify with the body. And there's conditions when we identify with the body. And when we don't, then there's, we feel very lighthearted and at ease and at peace within ourselves. And that's how we ideally want to feel. A lot of guys are out of touch with their feelings, and that's, humans primarily act based on how they feel. We don't want to think of feminine as in terms of duality, like female and male. Feminine is really a dimension. It's being in tune with nature. It's a part of everybody, male or female. Male or female, everybody has the masculine and feminine energies within them. It's really an energy. And we want both of those energies to be operating at full force and in proper balance within us. All the chakras to be opened. The root chakra, the solar plexus, and the throat chakra, the masculine. And then you got the sacral, the heart, the third eye, the feminine. And we want all those to be opened within us so that we feel whole. So that we don't feel like we need somebody else to complete us. Because when we are whole within ourselves, that's really what holy means. Being a holy person really just means feeling whole, feeling complete within yourself. It's that simple. And so getting up there in time, I just wanted to share the experience I had at the top of the mountain today. Just looking out and thinking, wow, how little we really know. Because, we could read all the libraries in the whole world, all the books. We could unscrew our skull and put all the books in there, consume everything. But still, that's just scratching the surface. Because then you think about other planets. And you look up in the sky, and all the stars in the sky. You just get to wonder, that sense of mystery. That profound sense of awe. That childlike curiosity that is always with us. And you just look around you and you're thinking, how did this creation, you can't even, you try to intellectualize it, you try to put words to it, and then you realize it's really about directly experiencing it, being a part of it, flowing with it, not trying to control it, impose your will upon it. let it do its will through you. Try to get in tune with it, in touch with it. That's where getting out in nature helps. So I wanted to send this positive message to you. New year, right? So, blessings your way. Till the next one.